Do you want to be abundant person? And do you know that you have to become abundant personality to be abundant person? And do you know what this personality's qualities are? If you don't know, really, and you want to be inspired, this video is exactly for you.
This is part 3 of our Effortless creation series. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to watch the second part where we talk about how you can effortlessly create money or wealth in your life. Although a lot of people associate the word abundance with money, with having a lot of money, it can have multiple meanings. You can have an abundance of pretty much anything in your life. You can have an abundance of relationships, an abundance of cars or houses, an abundance of money,
Abundance of clothes. And I have to say that I had much more clothes than I have right now, and I didn't feel so abundant with clothes like now. And I feel that I could still have like 80% less clothes and I will be feeling abundant with clothes, because I understand now that I don't need much. I am having one body. I can't wear 20 suits. I can't wear 50 shoes. I have just one body, which I have to dress up. I have 2 legs, 2 hands, so not much clothes needed, right?
Abundance can mean in some way that you have so much of something that you wouldn't mind to give some of it away. And Petra made the example with clothes. If you also have a lot of clothes at home, maybe for you it is totally easy and chill if you just give some of it away. You feel so abundant because you know even when you give some away, there's still more than enough for you.
And you will never wear those which you look good in. You would wear always those you would love and you feel great in.
What is something that you have an abundance of in your life? Think about that for one moment. And just remember a time when you were giving some of it away. How did it make you feel? Probably you felt really grateful and you felt very abundant in that moment. This is exactly the feeling that we want to get you to. And make sure to watch the video until the very end, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about. In the previous video, we were talking about how you can effortlessly create money or wealth in your life without having to work for it. Now it is more about doing something to become abundant. So you might want to have a business, or you might want to start your YouTube channel. And here it is really about embodying the personality of abundance. An abundant person has various personality traits. Think of a person that you know in your life that is very abundant. Think of what kind of qualities they have. I remember when I was working as a waiter in the restaurant, I was having a guest that kept coming to the restaurant, and he had the most beautiful sports cars, and you know, he would always invite his guests, and I was really admiring him because he had this glow, this energy, this absolute calm and ease and his presence, and I was always feeling like, wow, that's who I want to become. That's how I want to live. Then somebody else that came into the restaurant was also really abundant. They just invited their whole family for lunch, and they paid $600, and then they gave a huge tip on top of that, and they're just so positive. They have such an aura, such a positive, attractive aura about them. So think of a person that you know in your life that is this abundant, that you are inspired by, and think of those qualities that they embody.
I have a feeling that these people are relaxed about their wealth, about the money, and it makes relaxed everybody around. Oh, can I order one more Coca-Cola, or can I order one more wine? No, because those people feel relaxed. They can get whatever they want. For example, in a restaurant, it's already normal that the other ones pay who are abundant. So it's also very relaxing for your environment. So maybe you can tune into that relaxing feeling, what it means like when you go to the restaurant with these people and you pay for your family, and it's so making you feel good that you can provide for them. And it doesn't have to be super cool restaurants like in New York. It can be just really like providing for people and making them feel comfortable. I used to work all the time, as an IT manager, and I anyways didn't feel very comfortable to go to those expensive luxury boutiques. I felt so uncomfortable going there to be judged by those ladies who work there. I started to practice that when I go there, I will be abundant person. Now it's easier, they don't know anymore if you have millions on your bank account or if you are poor, because those millionaires from YouTube or cryptocurrencies, they are dressed super bad and they are having so much money they could buy the whole store. Once we also were trying to tune into abundance and we went to Cartier and let the lady show us some rings which were kind of affordable for us, but it was just new feeling for me. I have never been in Cartier, even though we didn't look super dressed because we were traveling, we had sweatpants on and so on. We were not feeling that judged as before. It wasn't that uncomfortable to be in that store. Just go there for the feeling and try
It's
to...
about the energy that you
Yeah,
embody.
just go there because you can do that. You can play with that energy, so you can easier tune into abundance.
So what are some qualities of an abundant person? Let's name a few. An abundant person is probably a visionary. They are inspired by some kind of vision. They still have some focus of where they want to get in life. Abundant people overcome losses very easily. That's something that will definitely occur to you in your life, that you will have a certain loss, and an abundant person is just really good in overcoming it. Abundant people are very optimistic, as I already said. They have this aura around them. They celebrate their victories. They are very generous. They feel very grateful. They are very adaptable in the environment and with new challenges. And they're very persistent and determined. Of course, there's a variety of more qualities that they have. You can also type it into ChatGPT and just see what kind of qualities those abundant people have. So you can actually start to think about how you want to act in your life. Who do you want to step into? Who you want to become?
And also, we have these phases in life, but I love when children are feeling so comfortable with sharing and with actually being able to provide their toys for other kids, than to be contracted. Oh, it's mine, don't touch it, it's mine, So it's about the energy about these things. We are like those little children when we don't feel safe that there is provided for us, and maybe that kid has less toys than the kid which is protecting the toys. And when we don't feel safe that it's provided for us by the divine, by God or universe, whatever you want to name it, then it's absolutely necessary to trust into this energy that it's always there for us and it's providing for us. And you know how you don't like to look at those kids which are not liking to share, which are very making these faces, I reject you, I reject everybody because it's mine. It's very not nice. And this is how we are inside all. And how amazing it is when a child comes, hey, you here, have my toy, or my nephews come, I have a candy, I want to share with you. They are amazing. And it feels so cool that they are comfortable with sharing their candy or their toys. And we all have to share our candy and our toys.
So let's make a little experiment so we can start to feel like that abundant person already. Just sit down or lay down, make yourself comfortable. Of course, don't do it if you're in the car. And close your eyes for a moment. Just relax and imagine for a moment how you would feel if you embodied these qualities of an abundant person. How would it feel to be an optimistic person? Really feel that. Feel that within you and feel it around you. How would it feel to be very generous, calmly, relaxed? You love to give because you have more than enough. How would it feel to be grateful every day for your life, for your abundance? And how would it feel to celebrate your victories? To feel blessed by life? To be in love with your life? And just carry that energy. Take it in your heart Take it in every cell of your body and feel it all around you. This is you. That's the real you. You are abundant. And you can slowly come back. How does that feel to tune into that abundant person? I am practicing this every day to embody the qualities of an abundant person. And I usually like to focus on a few qualities that I find are the most challenging for me right now. For me, it's, for example, super challenging to be patient. I struggle a lot with impatience, and so I start to embody it. And for me, it's also easy to think of those two men that I told you about before, because they just have that energy, and I could see it from a distance, and I could sense it and feel it. It's almost graspable. And I just put on that energy as well, and I can embody it.
When we were on a cruise last winter, we met there one person who is very special. His name is Bentley. He was amazing. He was already retired. He was 85 or what. And the funniest person we've met. When we were having dinners with him, he was so abundant. He just made the staff to give us water for free, and you had to always pay like €4, it means $4 for water. But it was much more fun to make them to give us the water for free, because it's like really, and he could afford to be in a special yacht club in the cruise.
He was invited there.
He was invited there and so on. But he said, oh, I want to be around real people. And he's building these crazy, amazing projects, and they are big. And in his age, he's still working and very much creating. It was so fun that he had his things together. He knows what his values are, and he made people laugh all the time. And it was really amazing to be around real abundant person.
But if you're not currently living that abundant life, there is a reason. And that is because there are also personality traits that a person in lack has, that we all embody to a certain degree, and we need to overcome in order to truly arrive at our abundant future. Let's mention a few of these personality traits of a person in lack. Person in lack has a victim mentality. They still think they're the victims, and it's the fault of the politicians and the government and people around them and their parents.
Everybody else's fault, but not theirs.
They're complaining very often. I also catch myself a lot doing that. I complain a lot.
Sometimes, especially about the weather.
Yes, it's cold. They have a constant disbelief. Ooh, that is a big one. Constant disbelief that what we're talking about right now with you, that this could actually be the truth. That this could actually happen, that you could truly become your abundant version. That is a really big one. Constant self-doubt as well. That we doubt ourselves, that we doubt our decisions, that we say, okay, let's start a YouTube channel. And then a month later, we're like, maybe it wasn't the right thing. Oh, okay, let's start a new one. Oh, maybe it's not the right thing. This constant self-doubt. We can never move forward like this. Lack people are also easily discouraged by the news or by whatever is happening around them or by their emotions that day. They love to obsess about problems. Oh my gosh.
Drama.
I have this problem, I have that problem. They overanalyze. That's something that I have been doing very much. When we started this YouTube channel, I was constantly checking the YouTube analytics and is it improving? Are we growing more? Are we having more viewers?
Doing smoocherama to the drama.
Yes. And people that are in lack are also often feeling very entitled. You know, some people, they think, okay, they know the law of attraction, they do some kind of technique, they do it once, and then they look around, okay, where's the money now? It hasn't appeared. Oh my gosh, that's not fair. And then they're mad with the universe or mad with God because they feel very entitled. And that's also something that we need to let go in order to truly attract the abundance. Also, for a person in lack, you can ask ChatGPT to list a few qualities that a personality of lack has, so you can also catch yourself and maybe make some points and some notes for you all right, I still do that. I probably need to let that go. It's really helpful for us to know exactly who we no longer want to be.
Yes. Check your limitations. Don't only focus on the good stuff. You also have to find out who you are right now and who you have to let go of. It's important and more helpful maybe than to tune into those positive emotions, because when a person in lack tunes into the abundance, it will never happen, right? You have to let go that person of lack.
Petra and me, we are currently working on a program that is called your Future Self Project, where we will really go into this detail about becoming your abundant future self. If you're interested in this, just comment future self down below so we can inform you. This effortless creation part of this series, it's less about what kind of business you do exactly. It's more about who you are, who you become. Because that's something that I realized when I wanted to tune into my abundant future and I wanted to have some level of success in my life. It became really exciting for me to actually become somebody completely else. How would it be if you would be a person that no longer complains? How would it be if you were a person that no longer feels victimized by life? You can actually become somebody completely else. You leave your old personality all the way in the past and you become a new person and you live in a new timeline. That's what's so exciting about this, and this is the focus right now.
I love especially the complaining part, because I was a person who complained a lot about the body, especially belly pain and stuff like that. I more and more stopped complaining about these things because I know that nobody really cares about my complaining. I don't have to inform about the complain. Nobody cares about complaining. It doesn't matter to anybody. Only people who want to complain with you are going to complain as well. So when you say, oh, I have a belly pain, they come, oh, my leg hurts too. And then you have to listen to their ailments, and
It's
that's
just
not
growing
good.
the problems.
Yeah, and then you create the bubble, like we tuned into the bubble in a previous video about the money bubble. You create complaint bubble around you, and it's not pleasant bubble
Pain
to
bubble.
be in. Yeah.
What exactly your business will be, maybe you already know, maybe you don't know yet. This is not really what we will talk about in this video, but I just want to make one remark. A lot of people say, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to create, what business I want to start. But I'll just ask you one question. Okay, you don't know what you want to do. So how about you do coal mining? Would that be something you're interested in? And if I say that, you probably think, no. Coal mining, I don't want to do that. I actually want to have an online business. And all right. So you have a certain North Star. You know approximately where you want to go. You know, you're not going to start a coal mining firm now. You want to have an online business. You want to start your own gym. So you already have a North Star. You already know approximately where you want to go. And this is where we move towards. That's your North Star. Okay?
I think I'm very honoring people who are born and know they want to be a butcher or a coal miner. I don't think you want to do these things, but somebody does it for us, and it's very honorable. At the same time, I don't know if somebody really wants to do this. So we are lucky that we can pick our profession.
If you try to become successful and it feels really hard for you, that means that you have a lot of resistance. And the best way how you can overcome that resistance is by shifting your identity, by becoming the person who effortlessly creates this business or who effortlessly creates success. For Petra and me, for example, it was really hard many years ago to create YouTube videos. We would take so long and we would have to find the motivation to do it. It was just draining our energy so much. We had to push against so much resistance. And then almost a year ago, when we restarted this YouTube channel, there was just a switch that happened, that we all of a sudden said, we are YouTubers now. And from that moment forward, it became super easy for us to create these videos. It became effortless. It became natural that we sit in front of the camera and we continuously improve our skills and we create better and better videos. It became something very normal and natural for us.
Because
this is what we want for you too.
Because we said to our dog Luna that we are now doing YouTube. So she agreed with that.
She held us accountable.
Yes. because she loved to be on a camera or around us when we were making videos.
When we truly shift our identity, it becomes effortless. Now I would like you to think of one I am statement that you could write down right now. For example, as we said, I am a YouTuber, or I'm an online entrepreneur. Just some I am statement that will make you shift your identity immediately. Because for that person, that I am, it is supernatural to do those things. It's supernatural to create. Have you written down your I am statement? Because now we will practice it. So make yourself comfortable, lay down or sit up, and close your eyes for a moment. And just relax. And remember now your I am statement. And feel it. Feel your new identity. Become that new person. Feel it inside you, in every cell of your body. And feel it all around you. Breathe with it. This is your new identity. Feel that energy around you. A big bubble of energy of your new identity. You carry it with you everywhere you go, because this is you. Enjoy it. This is you. Your new I am identity. And you can slowly come back. How does it feel to embody this new identity? How does it feel to be that new version of you? That's exactly what we want you to do. And I can give you a good example of my life. I used to have this vision that I want to become an exceptional chef one day. I worked in restaurants and I was always looking at those chefs and those cooks, and it was for me art. For me it was unexplainable how somebody could do it. And I always had the belief that you are just born to become a chef. It's something that you can't learn. Not everybody can be a chef. And for me, cooking was also always something very dreadful. I hated it. It was something that would drain me and stress me so much of my energy. But I was having this affirmation that I want to become an exceptional chef. And I didn't even tune into it anymore afterwards, or didn't focus on it anymore. But at one point, it was just like something switched. Something changed in me, and all of a sudden I would stand in the kitchen, I would cook me some simple meal, and I would just magically know exactly the right amount of salt to put in my food. And it actually turned out really nice. It was really good for the first time. That was the moment when it switched for me, that I actually became that identity of a person that is an exceptional chef. Doesn't mean that all of a sudden I had all the skills and I was cooking perfectly. But I started to develop this natural interest in cooking, and I started to develop this passion for it. In the past, if I would say, okay, Raphael, you have to now sit down and you have to focus on cooking 3 recipes. You have to do it really well. You have to study. You have to watch this video. It would be something that I would totally have to force, and it would cost me my energy. But now all of a sudden, I'm watching one Gordon Ramsay video after another. I love to cook and experiment. I realized, wow, I could actually bake something. All right, let's try that. And it didn't always turn out great, the food, right? But that didn't matter to me. Food wouldn't turn out nice, and I would learn something from it, and I would rehearse, okay, how can I do it better next time? How can I improve this meal? And I would do that and become something very effortless. And this is exactly what we want you to have as well in your life. Because if I can do this with cooking, when I always believed that I would never be able to do that, then you can do it with anything else as well. You live like this and you will never have to push against this invisible force anymore. You don't have that resistance in you anymore, and that will make life so much more easy. And you will actually flow in your life, and you will have the power of the universe that is working with you. We will keep talking about these topics on this channel, so make sure to subscribe to it to be informed about other videos. Also check out part 4 of our Effortless Creation series, where we talk about effortless health.